It is Friday, and we are here with the crew. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
Another day, man. Well, this week is a very exciting week for us.
Well, yeah. I mean, not only is there a new family member, but we also got the good news that we're being extended another 30 days in Illinois. But
that's a good news.
But I did see the little mark right there in the email that I got that the golf courses are going to open up with some restrictions. So I know that makes you very happy.
With a lot of restrictions, right? This is a lot of restrictions.
Well, they have to walk.
Yeah, they said you can only get on the course if you're a scratch golfer.
By the way, the restrictions, time out. Before you say anything in public that is not made, what they told you is a rumor.
A rumor
of what's going to happen.
No, they asked me about, they asked me just to go there, I need to have a card.
Yeah, a golf cart.
A golf cart.
Wait, your own?
No, like the push.
Oh, okay. There's gonna be rules.
I probably guy who want to be my caddy on the bus.
This actually might help a lot of people's cardio. A lot of older gentlemen that never walk, they're gonna start walking.
No, because I walk in Venezuela. That means to me that's normal.
Yeah, but you walk you walk in Venezuela with a caddy.
But that's why I say anybody want to be a caddy. Man, push card is fine because the guys play with me next to me. They have a push card.
So if God willingly, also Ozzie, the original Ozzie J. Guillén, the Juice, is coming home today.
Baby juice.
It's official that so Ozzie had his anyone that hasn't seen his Facebook or any of his social media, Ozzie just welcomed his first boy, our first nephew. That means that Adela is no longer by herself. She has company now.
And everyone's really confused about like the whole name. And I'm actually going to do a show. I don't know if I'm going to do it live on Being Guillén or we're going to do it for social media on how Latino players' names would get changed. For example,
like
Joy. His name is not Joy. Joy Cora. Minnie Minoso. His name is not Minnie.
Well, that one's kind of really. I mean, he went from Orestes to Minnie.
No, but the thing, Oreste got Oreste, Jose Maria.
Well, but doesn't matter. But that's his name. Okay, when a guy came from Japan, we not only gave him his name, but we gave him his first name and his jersey.
And an interpreter.
So these are all things that if you would come to the game now, your name would have been Oswaldo Guillén.
Yeah, no moniker. I think they just made it. They made it easier.
And even went back.
By the way,
and went from Mike to John
Carr. By the way, and the best part is this: it's a little coincidental that your name happens to be the best shortstop's name, who's the most marketable guy in baseball.
That's what I always thought.
So I think that they were like, oh, let's have our own version of Ozzie and have people get confused, and then we can sell more on this guy.
I don't know. When you hit 220, I don't think you can sell too many jerseys.
You weren't hitting 220 when they changed your name, though. You're a top prospect.
And, I mean, everything that's going on, speaking of top prospect and everything that I know people watched, we've talked about it here. All these things are going on with the Bulls and Jerry Krause. And a little tidbit, the guy that traded Oswaldo, the guy that was basically responsible for trading Oswaldo to the White Sox in 1984 was Jerry Krause.
Well, I think this guy, he was criticized, like always, GM, you and deal. When they traded Lamar Hoyt,
I didn't know you were a throw-in.
Yeah.
You were the other guy.
That's not true.
No, I
was he the main guy?
I was the main guy. Let me tell you. Let me.
I thought I heard that.
No. So the story.
So he was the main guy.
I asked Jerry Reinsdorf at a dinner, "What's the best move you've ever made in baseball?" And Jerry Reinsdorf said, "Easy, Ozzie Guillén for Lamar Hoyt." I thought it was crazy. Jerry Krause literally came in for a whole year, even in '84. He wanted to make the trade for him earlier. And he wanted to make the trade for him in '83. Because he thought that Ozzie would help out
the winning ugly team.
Not trade Hoyt, trade somebody, but
get him on the team.
He basically would go and scout him. Back then was like, you get the report, you literally have to fly there.
Yeah. So he was flying from Illinois to Vegas.
No, by the way, I have a scout. I'm supposed to go to the Dodgers. And they picked Mariano Duncan over me. And because Manny Mora was involved with the thing. But the guy they helped Jerry Krause, Bart Johnson passed away yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yesterday I just saw that Steve Stone. I just know about Steve Stone say that Bart Johnson gave me a great opportunity to be here and great opportunity to play with Tampa Bay when nobody want me. He said, hey, you want to play for Tampa Bay? I said, well, I'm going. I'll wear uniform.
Retire in the sun.
So, Ozzie, you've had 3 boys. Obviously, now you have a grandson. Did you ever think or did you ever want your kids to play baseball?
If I won, yes. But I always told you guys, be the best you can be no matter what you want to be.
Okay.
I never pushed the button like You know what I mean? I know what's the type of guy be there. Like my best friend, my brother, 80, just to be there all day, every day with you guys.
So did you coach them at all?
No, not really. Not the way I should. No, because I don't have enough time. By the way, you guys spend all your life in baseball, in major league level. When you guys went to high school, little league games, I only can watch. But unfortunately, I don't have enough time to spend with you guys to realize, because when the season was over, you went to school. Then you have your own coaches, you have your own people. I think your mom put you guys in the best position in Venezuela with Ravelo. I think they have a great kids to teach. The only bad thing about it is that for them it's all about winning, not by teaching. Yeah. But I know I wish I could do better.
So you're gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Do you think you're gonna be honestly coaching more your grandkids?
Hell yeah! If I have enough time,
if they want to play. So Ozzie and Oni, what made you guys want to play baseball?
You know what? It's obviously different because I don't know if I would have fallen in love with baseball if I didn't have, a father that was, going. I grew up going to the ballpark every day, so that's what you fall in love with. I love the game, and I mean, I played, as far as I can remember, 3 years old, going to the park. You run around the field. It was always very exciting because we don't have the same perspective of fans do, and you grow up around it. It's very, very surreal. When you're young, you just take it for granted. Going to the ballpark, you've seen Frank Thomas and Robin Ventura, and you're hanging out with Joey Cora. Like, it's like whatever. When you get older, you appreciate it more. Yeah. Because you get to see like, wow, like no one gets to live this. No one has this experiences. And that's why people are so intrigued with our stories because, we have a perspective that's not very common for like regular people.
Yeah.
Because we literally grew up around that. So I grew up just being like, I had no idea what's going on. I just thought it was part of like everyday life. And then you get older. And now that I'm watching a lot of the 05 rewinds and all that stuff, which seems like forever ago. And you just appreciate it more about what's been going on. And then when I got into the game, it was never hard for me. Like my dad never forced us to play. It was never really difficult. I just played because I was having fun. And then I'm just lucky to have the friendships that I have now from the game.
How about you, Ozzie?
For me, it was simple, a lot simpler than him. For me, I liked that. I was always around it, especially when he started coaching. I think I got more into it because I think we'd be able to talk more about baseball. I always liked it. I always enjoyed it. I always enjoyed being around it. To me, it was like the norm. When I went to Miami, I was good at it, and it was hard to play different sports because you pretty much when you're in Florida, you focus on one sport. So for me, it was like the norm. I liked it. I enjoyed it my whole life. He got to manage me. It was probably a really cool part. I remember the first time he coached me, he coached first base, and he actually got a bunch of kids picked off because he was talking. I was like 13, I think.
But you was lucky. I think you were lucky because the best coach I ever see you through your career, he was in Pace. Mm-hmm. This man, he was great. I always go to the games, help him to develop and play, but I never put my nose to say do this, do that, because I think what the coach was saying was perfect. And, he was hard-nosed guy, teaching the right thing, create you a tough guys. Like those kind of coaches, like, okay, I think this guy was in you guys' tail every day. And that's why.
What I thought was cool after when we got older was that he would give clinics, and I would always go to all the clinics with you. And then, I understand Major League Baseball players because they're all older dudes. You're getting paid to do this. All those guys kind of, when he would talk to them, was kind of like a short little segment. Then when I saw him start, I remember the first one I went to was in Plantation, Florida, and it was like a big group of kids. And then he's teaching a big group of kids, and I thought that was really cool, just the way he went about it, and it was just different seeing him interact with a different age group than actual Major League Baseball.
Well, there's different kinds of dads. I mean, we had him that was more laid back. I coach high school baseball. There's dads that are really, really, they're on it. They want their kid to play travel ball. They want their kid to play high school ball. Basically, it is so uncommon now to see one guy play, you used to focus on 3 sports. Now it's like you focus on one. What kind of father are you?
It's funny because I got more excited seeing you 3 guys playing basketball. Yeah. When they play basketball, I was like, Marcalo, go get it. Don't let him shoot.
I think that's because you were allowed to. Because when you go to a baseball field, everybody's going to look at you.
Yeah, it's like
I remember there was a little league game that I went to in Miami. I was talking to my mom about this. That it was before during the 03 World Series.
Well, think about that.
It was Miguel. It was Ivan Rodriguez. It was Alex Gonzalez and Luis Castillo. And Oogie.
Hell of
just watching the game.
a hell of a fan section.
They were drunk.
Yeah, well,
they were all
drunk. I just think what I looked at what I love about the game. I think the game you're only able to play for so long. Okay, and if you become in love with playing, I think that you're up. If you're in love with playing Major League Baseball, you're going to be left with a big, huge disappointment. Okay, I think if you fall in love with the game, I think I fell in love with the game of baseball. I've always enjoyed the history of the game. I've enjoyed the media side of the game. I've enjoyed the front office side of the game. I've enjoyed the player side of the game, and I think that to both of my kids, if I get them to love a sport that much, that they could grow up and like love it and it becomes part of a hobby, I think that that's the type of parent I'm going to be. I think if my kid wants to be good and I get to a point where he is competitive enough that he wants to do, I think I have the skills and surround him with the people that are going to help him the most. I'm not going to be one of those guys that I can tell that my kid hates it and he doesn't want to play.
Let's be honest, everyone out there, my dad was never the kind of guy that's, that was going to go like 6 o'clock at night and we're like, hey, let's do flips. Never that guy. Never that guy. I'm sure Ozzie Jr. says, let's go to the park. Will it be him encouraging you? Or
no, I'm just saying,
I think it's like, Junior, get up.
No,
say go do push-ups.
No, time out. This is the difference, okay? If we have a conversation and he says, I want to do X, Y, and Z. The other day, somebody asked me, Bobby Allende, the next big league. I said, no, I want him to be the next baseball owner because I know how hard baseball is. Yeah. So I trust me, he's going to be reading more books than he will baseball. But if my son
or create an app.
No. But I'm saying though, like for example, like Osney was really always into it. Like I'll be honest with me as a kid, I was very into a lot of things. So if I was into basketball, I get really into basketball and would want to play basketball. But then football season came around, I wanted to play football.
And then I also remember you had a lot of like your writing phases.
Oh yeah, of course. That one's paying off really well. But if my son's like, I want to play baseball,
that's what I want.
And this is what I want to do. I think that I want to put him in the best situation possible for him, not only to enjoy himself, but also develop his skills. And again, tell him like, I don't think that right now thinking about Ozzie at his age, I don't think that he's going to be better than Osney at 10 years old. Right. He's the best 10-year-old player. So I think that developing, but I think that I want to.
And you also have to be careful because the one thing I do appreciate, that my dad did that parents go crazy about, you always lie and embellish about your son.
Correct.
Like, my son throws 98.
Yeah.
And my son's the best player I've ever seen. And I think parents get so caught up in that, then your son you burn out.
I want him to go and enjoy and say, Dad, let's go to a game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's funny? He asked me a couple of times, we're in the bus.
Like, don't lie.
I pick him up. I was his chauffeur with his mom. We never get involved with that. And he told me, like, I see him do something wrong. I asked him a couple of questions. When I disagreed, I wasn't his coach. I was his father. Then I said, well, I think you should do this, you should do that. But I said, you got to be there early. You got to come up. When you play high school and they find out you're my son in Miami,
they're going to push you. Guys want to kick your butt. Yeah, like literally, hey, that's so.
So you think? Do you think it was a disadvantage?
Or he played because he's also.
But of course. So do you think it's going to be a disadvantage? I'll tell you something really cool. So I was at the Giants facility. And we're interviewing. I was talking to Derek, someone that I saw growing up in the game, and others.
Ivan Rodriguez.
Somebody who was terrible.
Horrible.
Okay.
I don't like baseball.
Okay, so the point of the story is this.
Drag him out of bed to go to the game.
I did.
Kyle Yastrzemski's grandson.
He's in the
run. He's running. Okay,
good.
But I've never seen the kid play. Don't know anything about him. I had just heard. But when I saw him running. Okay.
You did the eye test.
No, not the eye. I saw him running, and I looked at his jersey, and I saw his last name. I'm getting goosebumps. That guy could have been the worst baseball player ever. The respect that I had for him and who his family was, I was like, well, I wouldn't have done that to any other minor leaguer, but I was like, yo, that's Kyle Yastrzemski's. I was telling the people around me, like, you know who that guy's grandfather was? So I think that when you have that last name for you guys that played, for me, for grandkids, I think it's a level of like, oh, wow. Like,
it's a respect thing, I think.
Yeah,
it's a respect. Like what's a kid for the Padres? His dad was a big leaguer.
Tony Wing?
No, for Tatis. Like that guy, he grew up in the big leagues.
But by the way,
those guys
people don't remember. I guarantee you.
His dad played for a long time.
Yeah, but people don't remember Fernando Tatis.
And he wasn't bad.
He was a good player.
By the way, what people? Maybe Venezuelan.
Maybe
there's people. There's people in
like for example, we got people asking.
By the way, if you put Tatis Jr. here and Tatis there, they come to see Tatis. They're like, well, this is my dad, Tatis. Oh, how you doing?
Oh, okay. Well, popularity.
We're also talking about two different marketing things. That's very different marketing.
Yeah, but this guy's Tatis Jr. I know what he eats for lunch.
Yeah, but the dad. I mean, we have a lot that we have questions. Marcus said he's asking us, who do you guys think on the Blue Jays? They got Biggio's kid.
Who's got the best name? Bo Bichette,
Dante Bichette's kid, and you have Vlad. Three guys that grew up in the big leagues.
The daddy going to be like son.
This is real bad because
Junior is going to be like Vlad.
First of all, but I guarantee you that clubhouse is controlled, and I guarantee you that team develops faster than any other team, simply because these three kids who are the face of your franchise know how to carry themselves.
Yeah,
and you can see it on a baseball field. These guys, by the way, they pimp everything. How come nobody said one thing to any of them?
Because they know better.
I guess.
Because it's okay. Vladdy flips, backflips. Bo Bichette been backflipping. I remember Bo Bichette hit a home run. I played with his brother.
Daddy too. Daddy go like damn.
Brother. His older brother, Dante Jr., great hitter, dude, hilarious guy.
I've never seen in the big leagues, and this is
so. Who do you guys think? Because they're asking, who do you think is going to be the best out of those three?
Out of those three,
I don't know.
I'm going with Bichette.
You know why?
I think Vladdy Jr. is going to be Gordo.
No,
I'm going to go back to his old ways.
I think Bichette will be able to give you a different perspective of baseball, like his dad did. I think Vladdy Jr. is going to get stuck being like the power guy. He's really good defensively, really good. He moves great feet, great defense, but nobody talks about that. Why? Because the first thing they say is,
first of all, that's what I said. Here in Vida Baseball, I said it. Everything was about his home run derby.
No, dude, defensively, he's really good.
No, I said, why we only talking
he also
about
plays in turf.
I say, why we only talking about home run derby? This guy's a full.
The only thing I see this guy hit a home run in Panama in a home run derby of softball.
Okay, you seen?
And I went like, oh my!
He's got a lot
of Vladdy's got pop. But have you seen Bo Bichette? How little he is? How small he is?
Yeah, and how does he hit the ball like that?
Because the Bichettes have been doing the whole launch angle for years.
They didn't market it.
And if you haven't been watching MLB The Show,
Dante the father was one of the biggest cheaters in high school baseball. Remember the composite bats they used to break? Yeah. He used to have a machine because he has a hitting academy in Tampa, and he used to roll them. So when they used to hit the ball with that, oh my God, unbelievable.
A fan right now on Twitter just asked, what's the story behind the Andre the Giant shirt? So Ozzie wants to be as cool as me. So I have a shirt that says the messenger, the message, and it's a picture of Ozzie, but he's got Andre the Giant. So we're big wrestling fans in Chicago.
By the way, yeah, the wrestling segment got a lot of love.
So Andre the Giant is somebody that you admire as an athlete. I think that's the story behind it.
I think he admires the fact that he could drink 62 beers in one sitting.
You know what?
And 2 bottles of wine.
I love him when you guys was a kid. Then a couple of months ago, I see that you guys the documentary. Oh my God! Yeah. This man he went
through a lot.
He went through hell and to be who he was.
So, changing a little bit of the subject, a person that's actually a family of baseball, someone that's like kind of linked in the family of baseball, kind of like generational. Someone that we consider almost an uncle, close friends. The Boston Red Sox, because the story was about the Boston Red Sox. Alex Cora just happened to be the manager of the Boston Red Sox. MLB discipline has come down. Rob Manfred, the saga, the intense waiting period is over. Alex is not suspended for any wrongdoing when he was with the Red Sox. They find that a video coordinator, a rogue employee, favorite word, Watkins, a rogue employee was doing something in the video room, and that's why they're getting the loss of a second rounder, and they're getting some sanctions. But Alex is going to be serving the suspension for the Astros situation, not the Red Sox. Again, they're moving forward, but everyone in baseball is up in arms. They're very confused. They don't know what's happening, and now they're saying that Rob Manfred maybe went a little bit too lenient on the Red Sox in this situation.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy for Alex that this is happening during the whole Corona thing.
Yeah,
right before
I don't agree. I do not agree with the suspension of him being, the same as those other guys, because there's no way you could tell me that what happened in Astros and then he was in the dark in Boston. I don't buy it. But in this situation, there was no Mark Friars. There was no one that came out publicly. I think this, like I said to you on the live, I think the Red Sox came out and they basically did what the opposite of the Astros. It was like, we're going to stay on the same page. We're not going to tell on anyone.
Yeah.
They all kept their mouths shut. The commissioner, they had nothing. And what did they do? Let's say, exactly. They couldn't do anything because, like in court, if you don't have evidence, if you don't talk, people walk.
So I think that
Alex walked because the Red Sox didn't snitch.
No, but here's the thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this, okay?
Diablo,
so Chris
Frijol, lo estás viendo. Tu cumpleaños pronto.
By the way, so Chris
Your
Young,
dad's watching us.
You understand what I'm
Hey,
saying?
my dad's father's watching us from. He's on Facebook right now. Pero I don't know if you
He's
understand
a
what I'm
translator.
saying.
So here's the situation, okay? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Chris Young comes out and says, "I knew that they cheated in Boston." Mind you, prior to Alex Cora, the person Watkins, I believe that he was working there prior to Alex Cora.
Who played minor leagues? I didn't know that.
Played minor league
Okay,
baseball.
played minor league.
Also has been on a coaching staff before. He's been around.
He's been around, okay? There could have been a situation, okay?
He's very trusted. Let's just put it that way.
There could have been a situation, okay, where a player or players could have been working one-on-one with the video guy and used the famous buzzer. As a manager, you might have an idea or you might know something, but doesn't mean that you were implicated in the system. So the situation is this. Houston Astros were doing something implemented organizational. From
top to bottom.
Literally, the one thing they didn't do was having kids in the minor league start practicing how to hit with a trash bag. That's how far they had gone. 81 games. They didn't use it in 5. They didn't use it in 10. They have proof of 81 games.
And postseason.
And postseason, okay? So that's an organizational thing. My only problem with that is the following. Why is Alex Cora being suspended for the Astros, okay? Because one person in the organization said that he was the ringleader when that person was already getting in trouble.
Well,
that's like, hold on, that's like getting in trouble when the players have said it wasn't just Alex, it was a group. Where's the hitting coach? Where's the pitching coach? Where's the first base coach? If you're going to suspend Alex, suspend everybody.
The players.
But the players got immunity.
They're never going to get suspended.
Part two. I don't care what you think. The Red Sox are getting caught for cheating prior to Alex getting there. So this people need to understand this. There's two stories here. There's the Alex Cora story with the Astros. There's the Alex Cora story with the Reds. And there's a Red Sox organization in itself. So the Red Sox might have been getting in trouble over and over again. So this is about the Red Sox.
I honestly think Manfred is like, I have too much going on with the Corona thing. I'm just going to give him the thing. Like,
but if he can't prove that they did it in a World Series or in a playoff, or that the manager was directly linked,
I have
blame
one
him.
better. Congratulations to Major League Baseball for releasing this news right before the NFL draft.
Yeah, or
because everyone was like,
ESPN did one segment on it, wipe their hands. So unless you watch MLB Network
or us,
and let's give credit to Ozzie that he did say, I hope they do release it before the season starts.
You're right.
But the problem is now is that there's more questions
in the air
now,
but there's always
there was before.
But there always going to be questions.
I don't want to talk about the subject because, well, I'll let you guys because you guys know more than me about the subject. My problem is now the Red Sox don't have any manager. Can Alex come back and manage?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now they're saying they're kind of leaving the doors open.
They will. Okay, you're gonna tell me the hitting coach. I don't know who was the hitting coach that part. The assistant hitting coach. They had
what team?
Boston.
But why? Hold on, I'm confused.
No. They don't know exactly what's happened to it. To that situation, that the players started know because the first thing when you're a manager, control everything, but you try to control like, hey guys, just be careful.
But that's the point.
Well, let me say something.
Hold on. They cannot prove anything in Boston was happening. No. This is not Houston.
I know.
Houston,
they not prove. No, they don't want to get approved.
Oh no, that's your opinion.
Wait.
That's your opinion.
Let me give something that I think is very awkward and weird, and I think it has a lot to do with this. I think Major League Players Association pushed the Houston Astros players to be like, hey, snitch, talk, or you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Cool. That happens. Chris Young comes out and says, hey, we cheated in Boston. Comes out openly and says. Nobody says anything. Chris Young gets the job with Major League Baseball Players Association. Now, obviously, this guy's telling them, they probably told him, like, hey, don't say anything. Why? Because we already pushed one team to do it. I guarantee you, if they would have pushed both subjects at the same time, they get both stories. They just don't want to sometimes. Why? Because the truth hurts. How does Chris Young admit to cheating to saying I
Doesn't
brought
he work with
MLB
MLB?
after the fact.
He got hired after the fact.
So like, imagine any player like that's what you get for being a nice guy.
He ain't lying.
So
the truth.
he literally came out. No, he came out like Chris Fires, like Mike Fires did, and literally was about to snitch on everybody and said, "Hey, I brought this system." And then they're like, hey, here, let me give you a job.
So what was going on was, do you know what? Okay, so the Watkins guy, they're saying that they developed a system in real time to the runners on base to relay the signs to the hitter.
We don't know why, because if you know the Watkins story in the background, he had bigger relationships with these people than most video guys do.
And this guy knows what he was doing. Like he's been in the game.
No. He's been in the game. Do I think it's as bad? Yeah, because you're using cameras. At the end of the day, it should be tainted. It should be exactly the same thing. Why? Because if you're giving signs anything else
in real time
off the field, if it has to take any, what I would say is, if it takes anything off the field,
Major League Baseball did not do the investigation for the first
Okay,
one.
if
They
I
had a
was-
snitch and they had John Boy.
Okay.
It's like having a witness for the Gotti trial.
I
You have a
question.
star witness.
I have a question. If I was Dusty Baker, 70, how old is Dusty? 70 plus years old? 70?
72, I think.
Bueno, okay, 72. I don't have too much longer to manage. And that going to cost me or the organization to win a championship? Oh my God, I'll be Dusty Baker. Yes. I said, like, you know what? Let's do it. Why? I'm 72. I'm not going to last too long in Major League Baseball. I won't even win the championship. I will say, you know what? Let's do this. Why? Because when the day's over and out of baseball, I said, you know what? I did everything. What are they going to do?
This is my
Write a good book.
This is my.
And we have a guy saying, we have Jorge Salmerón saying, Ozzie Jr., stop making excuses for Alex. He is a cheater, and we all know it.
I'm not making excuses. The fact is, though, that why are the other coaches not getting blamed?
Okay, so
I
I
say,
think
hold on. Why are the Houston guys?
Espada.
Why is the Joe Espada, for the hitting coach, the pitching coach, the cook, the bat boy? If you're cheating at a degree, when there's trash banging on the thing,
video guys.
there's no way that if you're scouting for the Houston Astros and you watch every single game from the stands, that you don't know what's happening. Forget this. The fans want to pick one person said the word ringleader. No. Organizational. The owner knew, the GM knew, the hitting 81 games. The opposition, the opposite team. That's why it's called marshmallow baseball. You're on the other side and you're going to hear trash banging. What are you guys doing during the game? Literally. Are you guys that into analytics that you guys hear trash? The only Farquhar, the pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, is the only guy that said, this is not normal. Steps out.
No, Stroman did the same thing.
Stroman,
I'm a manager. If I was
everybody.
I will fire my manager from the White Sox.
By the way, time out.
And the coaches I said, wait a minute, what he was doing?
By the way,
You want to drill somebody?
I will.
I also blame the people doing the reports. Why? Like Mike Minor said, the lefty that was with Texas said, everybody knew this was going on.
Yeah.
One, because it's not the only team that does it, for one. And two, they warned everybody. They told them, hey, they're doing this. No, they said, hey, go to the... No, Mike Minor said, every inning, me and my catcher had a different pair of signs. Who used to do that? Mark Burley, all the time.
Yeah.
Why? Because Mark used to have the simplest signs in the world.
But
We had guys saying,
if I was managing that,
saying hi from Boston, and they're also saying even the Bat Boy knew, and Rafael Rivera is saying that Alex will be back in
But
Boston.
they're preparing him. By the way, I'll give you a scenario, okay? This is when I'm going to play devil's advocate. Ozzie Guillén is managing in the year 2018, 2017, and he's managing the Chicago White Sox. And he's facing the Houston Astros, the best team in baseball. And Ozzie says, Houston's cheating, and he drills 5 guys. I will guarantee you that the media and everybody would say, they would suspend him and say, the big bad Ozzie. That's why everyone in baseball that's saying this, including the players, are full of it. If you're playing against me, okay, and there's rumors that Phil Nevin was going to get into a fight with Alex Cintron,
And he should have.
and he should have, and he was getting in a fight, and there's all these little stories that are around there about coaches that are old school that said, hey, don't do that. Okay, this would have ended in 1980s with one brawl, one humongous brawl, huge brawl.
No, and everybody knows about it.
But the thing is, everybody knows about it.
Cesar Cedeno also got fired for giving his 2 cents on this subject back in the day.
Back in the day,
And nobody knew that Cesar Cedeno randomly got fired.
so if you're gonna fire Alex Cora, what the owner should have done is said everyone on that coaching staff is gone, because obviously you're not going to fire the players. You fire everybody.
Yeah.
And said everybody's suspended on this staff. Why? You guys all, even if you knew a second, like if you knew for a bit, you're also
So
fired.
that means you too. Beep, beep.
And another thing,
He was very famous.
by the way, not to bring it up, but like now I feel bad for Carlos Beltran. I'm like,
Beltran's the only guy that I feel
Beltran got screwed.
He was a player.
I'm a player. And
as a player, I would say
his Hall of Fame. By the way, his Hall of Fame is tainted.
Because one guy
Beltran said, we're on this. You got Lujan. You got Lujan. You're sitting down there like, by the way, you're facing 20 years in jail. You're like, wait a minute. There was a point that they were saying Pablo Escobar. There's right now, and I'm going to make it a criminal. They're saying that El Chapo Guzman, the defense for El Chapo is, yes, I was in the cartel. I'm not the leader. Yeah. That's his defense. Saying, hey, yes, I'm in the cartel, but
I'm not the guy.
I'm not the guy. Do you think when they were telling Lujan, these guys and everybody, and AJ Hinch, what has AJ Hinch done? Wait a minute, guys. I was the manager,
AJ Hinch washed his hands.
So you're going to say anything. You're going to say, Sabi the Bull Gravano killed like 25 people, and he said, wait a minute. I pulled the trigger, but he told me to do it. So what's the easiest hanging fruit? Okay, I can't go after Altuve because he's still playing. You know what? Carlos Beltran, he was pretty active. That's not really going to affect him. Hey, let's say these guys are the ringleaders.
So basically, Alex and I spoke to Alex yesterday after this all released, after his statement.
Thank God.
And he said he basically got off scot-free. And Joy Cora also said that they knew this was going to happen. Months ago. That's classified.
By the way,
months ago.
I'm sure they've talked. Okay, I'm sure
there was dialogue.
My question is the following: for you as Ozzie Guillén maniac, that you have a World Series ring. If AJ Hinch and Alex Cora manage in Major League Baseball before any of those guys on that list get interviewed again, Ron Washington, anybody on that list, they get interviewed again. What are you guys gonna say and do?
Well, I know what you're implying.
Like I always say,
I know what you're implying.
No, this is.
I'm being honest. Two guys that were suspended for cheating, just like A-Rod was suspended.
Literally, Pete Rose.
Literally, Pete Rose was like, Pete's like, I've done it for life.
That's the problem.
By the way, that wasn't Pete Rose situation.
Well, that's a different topic.
This is the other thing I'm going to bring up, and I think it's the main point that everybody's missing. The reason nobody gambles on baseball anymore is because they banned Pete Rose, they banned Shoeless Joe.
Everybody got scared.
Everybody got scared.
So they should have done that.
The reason even the steroids have gone down, have not disappeared, but have gone down
because of the suspension,
is because you get suspended
and no money.
It's a second try. It's like, okay, I got caught. D. Gordon, perfect example, had this whole career year, boom, 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 gets popped.
Didn't he hit like 30?
But he said it was worth it.
Yeah,
1 year. I get suspended for it. Awesome.
It's like a bigger tax.
So I told Andrew Jones to do that.
So you don't think
4-year deal.
You don't think for 1 second, as an organization, if you're the Arizona Diamondbacks, if you're Pittsburgh Pirates, you're not like, hey man, maybe you should cheat for a year. All right,
see what happens.
We can end up blaming the video guy for a World Series ring and suspend our man and bring him back. That's what I think. By the way, this will continue and will get worse. And we'll get worse. Just like right now, there's somebody working on an algorithm on some organization in the RD department trying to find what's next.
By the way, just like steroids, because this is what I think something about steroids that people don't get, okay? I think steroids at one moment in baseball was guys that were at this level, meaning like they were already really, really good. Hold on. Let me stop jumping from topic to topic. Everyone that was doing steroids was like a top echelon. Like you were not being like, "Hi, I'm Ozzie Jr. I'm hitting 270. I'm going to do steroids." You were not in that group. It was like all the big boys. They were competing against each other. And they were like, "What am I going to do to beat that guy?" And it was like a group. It was a group of like maybe 40, 45 guys.
More than that.
Elite group. I'm saying the original guys like Jose Canseco. It wasn't like Warren Newson wasn't on the sauce. He didn't even know people to be on the sauce.
Someone has a question regarding this. They would say in the 80s and the 90s. Did you guys steal signs?
Not like that. No. Hold on. I'm gonna get into that topic with the 80s. Hold on. Top echelon guys are doing it. Then more people started doing it. Now you guys kids in single A doing. I'm the 138th pick.
Juicing.
Why would you not juice? Because you're like, if I make it, it's worth it. If I don't make it. Then
I know a lot of guys that made Major League Baseball.
But I'm saying though, the list is so big now that you can't be like, oh man, you're on that list. You get lost in the list. The list is too long. By the way, the whole thing on the 1980s thing, it's not proven. There was ways of cheating in the 1980s that they were doing with the lights.
Dude,
with
they had a telescope. When the Pittsburgh Pirates, when they hit the shot around the world, they said that team used to use a telescope.
Let me ask you a question. I know people was used. When I take you freshman year to college, I see those keep playing with you. I go, you got in the car and said, all this team, everybody in that team, Lynch, I think it was.
No, it was Eckert against Rollins College.
Okay, no. Which team somewhere?
Eckert against, but we watched Eckert against Rollins. It was my first college game I ever saw. I was like, wow, these guys are really good.
Okay, those guys, everybody, even the coach, it wasn't the juice. The lady was a trainer. It's a trainer lady. She wasn't the juice. I said, like, I told you, how you gonna make it with all those guys? Look at those guys. That was ridiculous how those guys were.
And that's what I'm saying. The access was more.
But Major League Baseball know what those guys was used. But they want, just bring people to the ballpark.
I don't mind.
We were for hero after the strike. Sammy and McGuire. And they love it.
Neither guy has tested positive.
Okay, but they love it. They love it. Oh, they say baseball.
But neither guy has tested positive. Again, that's one of my.
You know who said baseball? Kyle Rickham.
Okay, he did say baseball. But I'm saying
failed.
But nobody failed the test. Now you get guys because
they failed. They just not want to say it.
That's your opinion, though.
By the way, so
I have a question. When you were a player, how come you didn't say that?
I can talk about this because I never seen anyone.
Okay, but you're saying now that
okay, wait a minute.
You still haven't seen anyone.
Let me tell you one thing. I walked to Texas
Ranger because he didn't want to be fired.
Okay, wait a minute. I walked to Texas Ranger ballpark in Port Charlotte, spring training. I walked next to Robin Ventura. I go, oh my God, those guys cheating. The coaches, they even in photos.
So you guys, so here's the problem. The problem is Major League Baseball players don't like talking shit about other Major League Baseball.
Well, I was in the past.
No, same thing now because now it's been signed.
Excited
Because you're saying the same thing. If
excitement.
If I would have known somebody was cheating, okay, if I'm playing,
cheating.
Hold on, if I'm playing, and I know that guy's cheating. For whatever reason, even if I think they are, I'm going to come to me and say,
I'll give you the answer. You know why they don't snitch?
Because they're doing it too.
That somebody on the team is
doing it.
Okay, how about this one?
Verlander's like, damn it.
How about this one?
Justin Verlander, by the way, has not said a word.
Let me tell you one thing, and now I go to get you guys. They told me, oh, this year like this because Verlander throw harder than that. Nobody in the history of the game, you go from 91 to 99 because it's fast.
Then I'm going to go against you. I was with the Houston Astros this year in minor league camp, and I saw a kid jump up from 88 to 93 during extended.
Okay, then what?
He's in the minor leagues right now.
Well, everybody teaches like do this, do that.
Why does every kid in the Houston wait. Now, you're naming one guy. Whatever he did, but there's everybody in the Houston organization throws 90 plus.
How I can't say that. I can't say that. Are you just saying I can't say that because I've never seen somebody. I don't know what they're doing.
How old is the kid? 22, 23. When you got
so let's talk about Nolan Ryan. Why didn't you snitch on Nolan Ryan after he beat up Robin Ventura?
He's like, he was
Nolan Ryan was 46 throwing 100. Why didn't you say anything about Roger Clemens when Roger was throwing 100 in the World Series and was sitting at home for 6 months and then come back?
Because it's Major League Baseball players policing Major League Baseball players. That's the point we're getting into the story is the fans are mad. These are players policing players, and it got out. And by the way, the two people that are the sad part of this story, the video guy, he did it wrong. Mike Fires, he's, by the way, a piranha. He is Jose Canseco. Go find Bigfoot.
So he'll be out of a job.
He won't even be a coach.
He's done.
He won't have a job in baseball. He probably won't even have a job in Little League Baseball.
He'll be just like by the way, no, he'll be no, Cal Kaepernick had jobs offered. He decided to. That's a different story. We can talk a different topic on that one. He'll be Jose Canseco, UFO.
Yes.
He'll have to write a book, talk about his time, but he'll be talking about like, hey guys, I'm gonna go hunt Bigfoot. Come join me.
I'm actually hoping that Mike Fires that does happen and he writes a book. A real tell-all.
Real talk.
And what is going to happen? Just like Jose Canseco, they're going to say, you're a liar, you're jealous, you're this. Jose Canseco wrote a book.
He ain't never lied.
If Jose Canseco was working for the government, he might be working for the FBI saying, this is how you do this.
Not one thing that in that Canseco book is a lie.
No.
Not one.
So basically, to recap it, is just that we all agree that, something should have happened to Boston. It was too lenient. And now we got to wait till the next shoe drops. If in the next fall, AJ Hinch and Alex Cora get interviewed, and I can even imagine if AJ gets hired
as a leadership role,
that is. I mean, we have somebody here on this table that is beyond absurd. That should be embarrassing, and I don't know why I feel like teams are going to at least interview him.
I think if any of them get interviewed,
I'm going to give you a call right now. I'm going to give you a call right now. Arizona Diamondbacks, front office, advisor to the GM, calling it right now.
I mean, and it's really, I mean, obviously we didn't know that this was going to happen with the COVID. They hit the jackpot lottery. Like,
they're still suspended. Their money's the same
I
thing.
mean, no money. I guarantee that. But if Alex, like, they're really going to interview him and allow him back after you just did that, you literally, your team.
If I was Alex Cora, I would go coach University of Miami. I'd be the head coach, make more money, and snitch everybody out of Major League.
How about this one? He got a statement in ESPN. They sent it to me, ESPN people.
Yeah.
Great statement.
And
And then he hits him with the political.
but the thing is, it's a statement. All those guys making a statement. They went out making a statement. I'm sorry.
Well, Hinch spoke.
Okay, but he spoke with the one guy and said, you asked me this, I'm going to tell you this.
Well, by the way, because they're smart, because they don't want to get tripped up like I just did with you. And you went back on your thing because you didn't want, when you're in baseball.
This guy did a live press conference.
Give me the heat. You know why? Because I was right. 1,000% I was right.
Yeah, and you didn't, it's different ways of approaching.
Okay, wait a minute. Dave Sampson tried to be funny.
On Twitter, yeah.
No. He tried to be funny. He go, I think, but the first time I said, hey, this show is, I just did it in Chicago. I don't think it's worth it. And he making a funny comment in Twitter. Say, the franchise especially, it was good when you start talking about Fidel. Then I say, listen, don't go that way because I know everything what's going on with you guys. What he say? My best wish to you and your family. I hope you guys do well. You know why?
That's called
because I have the guts to tell people what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so that basically means that, Alex did the statement. Hinch talked to Verducci, and, they got
I respect whatever somebody wants to do because in that situation, unless you go like Jose did, you're going to get caught up in, let's say, again, in that situation, it's called personal.
When you write your book,
what happened if Alex knew like a rumor or something, but he was like, I'm not even going to go for it.
This should have all been minimized by the PR, which is the worst PR in the history of any sports. The Houston Astros PR.
No, don't worsen the Marlins.
Well, they're bad.
These guys got they got the guy fired.
They're belittering women. They're talking bad about women.
Yeah, couldn't get that handled. Said the worst.
They denied it. They denied the cheating first.
Like they've done so many things,
and then they came out in spring training with the red statement. They got killed for that.
But then Correa. This gets worse. The whole part that makes all this worse is when Correa talks.
Oh, that made it.
If Correa doesn't say anything about Altuve, Bregman didn't say anything. Reddick didn't say anything. Springer started stuttering again. Hadn't stuttered in 10 years. I guarantee you, in 20 stuttering.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a special on this. Okay,
in 15 years, we'll watch the story on Netflix.
So another controversial thing that's happening right now that no one's talking, which I think is actually more important than whatever's cheating, because I think people are going to cheat no matter.
Let's go play baseball.
No, again,
continue to cheat.
That's the situation on 30 teams, okay, and their ticket sellers have actually been sued by fans because their money has not been reimbursed. Because right now the games are not canceled; they are just suspended, postponed.
I saw that, and that is, well, first of all, Manfred's got a lot on his plate. Like, he's getting things. There's things coming at him left and right. But I really hope that they can resolve this, because the fans are the ones that, other than the players, are very important to the game. And if you've bought tickets, it's already been, end of April, and May is going to be pretty much done. They should get their money refunded. And I also heard that they also might get credit for 2021 games.
What happened if you don't want to go to that 2021 game?
Exactly.
Now you get your money back.
So you should get your money back. And I saw that they sued. All the teams have been sued, and it got filed in the state of California. MLB should give the money to their fans back, especially, there's teams that don't have that many fans. Like, if you're a Sox fan,
now that you touch that point, is if Major League Baseball, if there's a list of fans that bought Orioles tickets, White Sox tickets, Seattle Mariners tickets, Tampa tickets, and they put money before the season started, and we're not walking as an owner. No, I would literally say this as an owner. There's two types of wealth. Okay, everyone that's an owner is wealthy, but I would say this as an owner, me. Okay, you can't touch the money out of the organization. That's fine. How much money do we owe in tickets?
$1 million.
We owe $6 million. I would call my accountant and says, please transfer $6 million to the tickets. Why? And then I said, I'll make that money up later. Why? I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed that these fans have bought tickets and now they want their money back.
And then you have a dispute. The business, you would literally buy your whole, like, if you're under teams under 500 and you're buying season tickets. Like, if you're Tampa right now, I'm like, dude, I would pay people. Like, come on.
Let's talk about a team in the city. The Cubs are going to be sold out no matter what. But a lot of Sox fans were excited about this year, and you'd hope that they.
You know what I get excited when someone. What's the one thing that I respect the White Sox fan for? You can get into the argument with me on Twitter or anything, and you say I'm a season ticket holder. You're right. As someone tells me I'm a season ticket holder, I'm like, you're right.
Because why? Every year you buy into that crap. No, the
fact that you're going there and putting your money.
Yeah.
You could say whatever
you believe.
Yeah. No, you believe. I own season tickets to one sporting thing. Me buying. When we went to DePaul, and I felt that I was the owner of DePaul. I was screaming at coaches saying, "Why isn't Billy Joe playing?"
Right,
because of grades. I'm like,
you have that
because
right.
I'm putting.
And I remember when you were managing, you would have seminars that the season ticket holders can talk to you, right?
All the time.
They have that right because they're putting. And not only that, at least it was a good product back then. Imagine being a season ticket holder for the last 10 years and your team's been.
But the one thing about it, when they call, we have a meeting with them. Maybe it was fun, but right now you tell the truth. They say, "Listen, guys, we're going to try to do this. We're going to try to do this," because the front office always like, "Yeah, we try to do this. We try to do that."
I don't think the people that are mad about it are season ticket holders. I think
it's the other, exactly. Like people that buy those like 7
random games.
Like if you're a Marlins fan and you actually bought like 10 games.
Well, let's be honest. Those people probably bought to resell and whatnot. They're like, "Oh, we got caught in the hustle. We want the money back." But I think that for the owners, I know. So I think for the owners, I think that getting sued just looks really bad. Anytime there's like a lawsuit, like there's like.
No, yeah,
you got to be a you're a season ticket holder. You got to sue an owner. That guy got maybe.
No, but it's not one person. But it's not one person. It's a collective. Again, the United States.
It's one guy make one step. Everybody.
Here's the thing, though. There's the part that people don't realize this. Major League Baseball has a lot of protection from the U.S. government.
Yes.
They do a lot of things like not having to pay minimum wage. So now people are saying, wait a minute, you get all these like you get all these kind of bonuses for being a Major League Baseball team, but you're kind of like screwing the fans.
Baseball is definitely the government sport, just with like the whole thing with the minor leagues getting paid. Like that went through court. That wasn't minor league baseball, Major League Baseball. That went through court. Like, that was like a legal proceeding.
So talking about ownership and teams, allegedly, the Mets have gone from $2.6 billion to now being only sold to $1.5 billion because of COVID-19. Okay, a team heavily invested in the market. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, and J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, have retained the J.P. Morgan Bank to possibly put the money together to make a bid for the Mets, meaning that they would become part owners and hopefully majority with a lot more stake in saying what happens on the team on the field and as a team as a business. Do you think this is good or bad for baseball?
Well, the first thing that I thought of when I saw this, I was like, man, he wants to be Jeter.
Well, time out. Can I say something? Jeter want to be A-Rod. Hold on. Alex Rodriguez was going to dinner. It is with Jerry Reinsdorf when the guy was a rookie.
Yes. Right. So he's always had it in his mind.
So people, again, that's you being a fan saying, "Oh, he wants to be Derek."
Everybody did.
By the way, Derek put the team together.
Oh yeah. By the way, he also withdrew his $5 million salary for the people.
By the way, he's making $5 million. That was my concern. He should have never been taking a salary.
What?
When Jeter gave away his salary for the $5 million to the Corona relief.
Basically to save his employees. That's what I said. You're making $5 million. By the way,
I think he's going to Miguel Rojas
for doing what?
He's making more than
signing Urena and whoever.
Derek Jeter is making more money than everyone on that staff.
Yeah.
And the next 4 players on there.
Yes.
So
even that.
So, anyways, when I saw this, I thought obviously A-Rod's big business. I enjoy him a lot on Shark Tank. The fact that if they could actually pull this off, because if they can actually gather the money,
this guy's a businessman
and do it. He has.
A-Rod's been on like the show that they had all the stock market stuff.
Yeah, always.
A-Rod's been around doing
CNBC,
that's the thing. Fans are asking.
The other thing is, this guy would you go to University of Miami and like go to classes? He's got like a fake degree from University of Miami for attending classes all the time and stuff like.
He also has a group of friends between him and J-Lo that
obviously
J-Lo is also invested in
J-Lo's calling Diddy right now and say, give me $500 million.
I will say this. I would love to work for Alex Rodriguez.
You want to laugh? When you text me and say, you see this? I said, yes. A few hours ago, I said, why? El Gordo y la Flaca. Nothing to do with sports.
Obviously.
But that's good. But that's good for baseball.
Awareness.
By the way, he was the first.
What would it do? The only thing that I would agree is what would it do for the popularity of baseball for non-baseball fans? Just because J-Lo's involved.
Sarah brought it up. Sarah said, "Oh, J-Lo's buying a team."
So it at least brings more eyes. But I don't know. I mean, 1.6 is still a lot of money. Will they be able to pull it off? And we have fans asking us, will the owners approve?
Okay, but
that's
the issue. Because Mark Cuban tried to get a team.
I think the owners.
Mark Cuban got different.
Okay, but that's the old guard. I think that it could be good for baseball because of why? I think the old guard needs more popular, and I think for people explaining to the fans out there, and I know, bless your hearts, when you buy a baseball team, you're not buying a pop, a bottle, or a car. You don't say, "Oh, how much is this car?" Oh, you go and buy the whole thing. You basically say, "Hey, I'm putting together a group." And you tell your friends, you convince your friends to say, "Hey, I'm going to be the face of this team, and you guys give me the money."
Everybody did that,
except
everyone.
Artie's or Steinbrenner. There's guys that are like, "I'm Jerry Jones." By the way, because there's Jerry Jones owns everything. Yeah. So there's different ways to put your team together. So Alex is saying, "Hey, I want to be the face, like magic, and then run it." The part that finds it interesting is, we think about Alex in two scenarios. And I know it's hard for him to think about that way. And it's hard for me sometimes. There's Alex, the baseball player, who was an amazing guy, huge prospect. There's Alex, the guy who was kissing the mirror and got caught cheating, who got suspended for a year. Those are two different people. Just like there's Alex, the dad. There's Alex Rodriguez, the businessman. Okay? And Alex Rodriguez is a businessman. When you look at his investments and his track record on business, this guy was not handed to be the president of Presidente because he's a pretty face. Mm-hmm. Okay, the market, look at Presidente when Alex took over and what it's done. Oh, yeah, Presidente got him because he's popular and he's not. They could have done that and they
would have given him a different job.
Jeter will approve it. They're asking, will the Marlins approve
I think it would be good for the Marlins to approve it.
I will tell you one thing. Buying the New York Mets is way cooler than buying the Miami Marlins.
Oh, you're in New York. You're in New York.
A-Rod said, with all due respect, I think A-Rod would be winning this, and then he's married to J-Lo.
By the way, I will say he will get it. You know why? Because this kid, when he got something in his mind, he's making it.
It's better than the Hall of Fame for him, I think.
He can be. I don't know. He could be Hall of Fame, but
you think it'd be better for him than the Hall of Fame?
Literally, it's
being an owner.
Maybe this is the reason he's doing it.
Yeah,
this is his backstory. If I become an owner, I might be able to convince him to give me the Hall of Fame.
Okay, but here's the thing. Maybe it is, but here's the part. In the history of baseball, how cool is it? How far has the game gone that an actual player can go and buy a team?
Okay, that leads me to my next point. Back to the Bulls, back to the Last Dance. One of the greatest sports athletes of all time. Story goes, he wanted to be an owner of the Bulls, a majority stake. The majority owner said, "We don't want that." JR is like, "No." What does Michael do? He goes to Charlotte and he owns his team. Every big player with this clout, LeBron James.
He will buy a team.
LeBron James has always said that his dream is to be the owner.
LeBron James,
you own the Browns.
But this is the CEO of the Browns. Here's the part, though. One thing is you wanting to do that and having a dream. Michael's jump shot, amazing. Michael's business, the worst. Better than shoes. He didn't do anything for that. He took a business deal and they went and ran with it. He was a marketing guy.
MJ.
By the way, if MJ was a good business guy, he would have never sold Air Jordan. Yeah, he would be like, "I'm the CEO of the company."
Hey, MJ, somebody told me. I will say that I can. It was a very private conversation. He said, "Told your friend Michael Jordan,
you'll never own it.
Don't invest in this business." So I swear to God, told your friend Michael Jordan. I'm not a friend of Michael Jordan. Adrian Johnson is my friend, but I know Michael. Go. Told your friend Michael Jordan, don't invest in this business. You talk about a big boy.
Yeah.
Told me that.
I mean,
why? I said, because he's going to lose all his money.
And he has had a really bad track record. But I'm with Ozzie. I think if A-Rod can somehow swing this.
If he makes the Mets winners, he makes Mets winners. Do you think if A-Rod is a front office?
I don't think A-Rod as a player was the leader that people.
But he as an owner who could do that.
But as the owner, when you inspire people, you do different things, man. And another thing, when you look at an owner, I think it would be way cooler to look at Alex Rodriguez than look at Jerry Reinsdorf as an owner.
Yeah. Very best dressed owner off the bat already.
By the way, and he's going out with the best looking ones in the history.
It's not that. I think Alex Rodriguez in baseball. I think people put him out, dude. This guy was probably the best to me. Barry Bonds and him are the best players I've seen. And I think this guy knows about baseball. I think he's going to pick the right people. Derek Jeter, all he did, as much as people want to give him credit for, I do think the Marlins will be good in 3 years. Derek Jeter just stole the whole front office of the New York Yankees.
Yeah,
stole all of them. Just brought them back. So paid him way more money. By the way, the fact that he's making $5 million.
You're still caught on that. But here's the part: J-Lo people are like, "Oh, him and J-Lo, what happened if they break up? They're mature enough and their business owner savvy enough that they would say
she was FaceTiming with P. Diddy.
Yeah, she's like, hey, this is a business deal. Don't get.
By the way, if that happened,
Mark Anthony also owns a percentage of the Dolphins.
Yes.
Yo,
her,
Mark Anthony,
Stefan,
hey, New York
Fat Joe,
wow,
Rick Ross.
They can literally do that with.
By the way,
Well,
Mark Anthony, he will be involved with the Mets because he's a Mets fan.
Oh, that is true. That is also true.
He will get involved.
Say, Mark, give us $10 million.
No, Mark might give like $200 and have a concert every Saturday.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it does. I like the fact that it does bring awareness to our favorite game. So, A-Rod, J-Lo, good luck.
Please do it.
And I hope you guys can pull it off.
This is the part that I also like it. I'm looking at it from the other side, which I think Derek Jeter hasn't really jumped and said that. Derek Jeter's never picked a side, analytics or not analytics.
He's analytical.
Hold on. So I like that. I think A-Rod, from what he's saying and he speaks, he holds scouts in a very hard regard. He loves numbers, but he loves numbers, but he has a philosophy of the best team is both teams. He said it with the Nationals.
I think
so. For baseball, I think for the people that are involved in baseball, scouts and all that, A-Rod would be a good guy to have because he praised as soon as the playoffs started. He had the Nationals.
The pitching.
No, because he said, I love the pitching. I love the combination of old school with new school.
That's the thing. That's another thing they can go to back even with LeBron James and those guys. When you go back to the nucleus of an athlete, especially the ones who are living now, they're all old school guys.
Yeah.
So like if A-Rod wants to buy a team, if like all these dudes that have a lot of money that are playing in this era, they're going to make the teams old school. At the end of the day, it's going to be both worlds. Why? Because that's where you live.
That will help.
And that's going to help. It's information. I think we should stop using the word analytical and just use the word information.
How about this one? I just read a scout from Venezuela, good scout. I'm not that reading much about that because I get anxious. And he say, we have to go to watch those kids and watching themselves. The information, it makes us a little bit better.
Or a little bit worse.
No, it's a little bit better because, okay, we see...
Can I tell you how bad it's gotten?
So boom, boom, boom. I go, okay, I see this guy like this arm, like this, or like that. But the information they're going to get out of this guy in the project,
can I help him too? Can I show you guys a fun fact how bad teams have gotten with this analytical stuff, which I don't agree with at all? There is a team in Major League Baseball that has 5 scouts in their thing. 3 minor league guys, like a bunch of little bird dogs, and 2 of the big league guys. Well, one of the big league guys, they used to scout, like go scout other managers. Not even go scout the team, go scout other managers. They draft guys now on video. That's every season play. Wow. Not one time. And you see a video, you look at statistics.
I'm gonna give you a story of why I'm scared of that. So I'm in scout school before we wrap this show up, and I asked the guy, you get to ask questions. And this is one of
Joe Porter in baseball.
No, but I'm saying you always talk about the guys that they made it. And I asked my instructor, been in baseball for 30-something years. I said, what's one guy in your area that you missed on, that you never wrote a report that was really good in Major League Baseball? He said David Eckstein. Okay, he had the Florida area. David Eckstein, for the people watching that obviously maybe don't know that,
great college team,
played on a University of Florida team that had like 9 big leaguers on it. Okay, and this person wrote reports, meaning he wrote about this person for his team, but he never wrote a report on David Eckstein. So when he gets drafted, they're in the room. The team that picks Eckstein picks before him. They're like, who is this guy? There's no report.
It's like, I messed up.
And he's freaking out. And he's like, again, they just want to know because they're like, who's this
World
guy?
Series MVP Eckstein.
Look up. He starts looking at his reports. He had never written a report on David Eckstein. But on everyone else's report,
he was scoring.
David Eckstein was scoring or making the game-winning play. He starts going back on his videos, and David Eckstein is the X factor in every single game. So him as a scout is saying, sometimes you have to watch the game.
You have to.
And start being so obsessed with.
You are.
No, I'm saying like guy comes up in the first inning. Guy comes up in the first inning. Okay, hits a home run. But every single time you come watch him play in the 7th inning, he strikes out with man on second and third, which is like the Manny Machado story. Manny Machado, scouts are like, he's great, whatever. Goes to the biggest tournament of his life for Team USA, and basically the guy just becomes this player. I think that there's players that rise up to the occasion. There's players that have the skills that kind of get scared. I know it for myself. College, Ozzie day game at 11 o'clock. My numbers are here. They turn the lights on. I was so scared that I couldn't even grab the bat.
If you haven't watched the movie on the draft day movies.
Not saying the fear factor. I think that extra mentality. So you have to scout to see that.
And stuff. I'm gonna make you guys hate the new swing technology even worse. Craig Wallenbrock, the guy who is a leader in all of this new launch angle and all that. He's the one that made Charlie Lau. All those guys. He's part of that group. You know who his first project was ever? Like his first guy? Joe Borchard.
But again, how can you miss on Joe Borchard? No, but again, I'll give you a funny story.
Look at Joe Borchard.
So Joe Borchard, who's the guy?
No, so Joe Borchard.
He's the guy you sent me this morning.
He's actually, by the way, how terrible.
That's MLB. By the way, that's
why it's a real minor league.
Okay, that's the director.
Scary, huh?
Okay, so Joe Borchard. Before we wrap up and go pick up Ozzie, Joe Borchard. I see him hitting batting practice. Okay, mind you, I'm 19 and I just came from a bar the night before. My baseball knowledge is not what it is now. I see Joe Borchard hitting batting practice, and I look at him.
You heard the bat.
I heard the bat. I saw the ball, and then I see him working out. And I said, that night at dinner, and my uncle Alohica was like, he's right. I said, George Borch is a starting right fielder and the future power hitter of this team.
Well, everybody.
And this guy goes, you're an idiot. Keep reading your school books. You're completely wrong. And I argued him, and I said, every time Joe Borchard went deep in spring training, I would go to him and go like this. Look at the numbers. And he said, he's not ready. He's not ready. I did the same thing with Brian Anderson.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you remember one day he hit a home run?
Farthest home run
in White Sox Stadium.
He went to me. I told you.
I said
in the dugout, I said he was struck out 4 times.
Yes, that home run that he hit, the farthest home run I ever seen. I went up to him in the game and I said, "You see that home run? He's coming around." He said, "I'll bet you he strikes out the next 3 times." So again, I got obsessed with the image. You look at him, and he's like a baseball guy. Great guy. By the way, had played in a
career with the Marlins.
But
that was there for Joe Borchard's last game.
My guy that I saw that was like, well, this guy's amazing was Sergio Santos. I was like, how is this guy not like everything they would throw him home run,
and then he ended up being
he used to be a
Saturday high school,
and he would be like
he was the guy on the White Sox.
By the way, he hit 38 home runs as a player, and then made it to the big leagues as a pitcher. But again, as a person that knows baseball, like I missed because I looked at him, but he goes, look at him in the game. Game on the line.
Like game on the line. Vacedo was just lazy.
So everyone out there, you have to look at the eye test. All right, you can't just judge someone off computer.
No,
you have to go.
My guy,
you know what that was going to be good? Off of Tinder.
You know what that was going to be good? I swear to God,
it's like when you meet a girl.
You know why? Because Aaron Prada did not give a damn, and it just
it's like going out with a woman that you haven't seen a picture with.
Okay,
hey, you say, hey, send me a picture.
Let me ask you a question. I went when you was managing, and he got fired for the organization, and he left or whatever. They no signing back, and they keep the 2 coaches. Those kids. My granddaughter is only going to be 2 years old.
My mom does know my baseball.
Those kids, they horrible. I don't know.
Oh, these guys.
No. The kids that I had as a pitching coach and a hitting coach.
He looked like a guy. No, but these guys.
Twitter. Honestly, they were popular on Twitter. They're wild.
No, be honest.
And the pitching coach is best friends with the pitching coach coordinator. And
I'm watching it. Okay, I'm watching it. I'd like to hear the conversation with the 2 idiots, dumbest baseball people ever wearing uniform. I'm watching him going around, what they do, all this stuff. I go, oh my God. How these people have a job and Pedro Perez in the Dominican Republic don't have a job when he knows. So when Timo Perez don't have a job in the big league in minor league, when they don't know anything about baseball.
They don't know anything. They don't speak both languages. And then they don't like going out of their way. I remember them the first day I told them, I was like, I'm in big trouble. They walked in, they closed their coach's office, and I'm like, hey man, why you close your office? He's like, well, oh, it's too noisy outside.
But you can be.
You know what a clubhouse sounds like?
No, you can be that way. But when you don't know anything, Houston Astros, take a look at it. And I saw this kid. I saw this kid. That's a minor league, man. That's important. I saw this kid on the phone texting. Boyfriend, girlfriend.
I don't even like allow that in the Browns. I say about the men's league with your phone.
A phone. I'm sitting up there with my phone. I seen him with my wife and his girlfriend next to it, and I look up, and this guy is like this.
You fired a coach.
By the way,
I caught one of them. This is a bad baseball guy. I caught one of them on YouTube looking up Michael Jordan because we're talking about Michael Jordan
during the game.
Yes, I saw him.
I took a picture of it and sent it to the big league staff.
What did he say?
Him? I didn't tell him anything.
No, what did the boss say?
No, nothing.
Like it's not a big deal.
Well,
he didn't.
What do they say? Did they say, does it involve us getting called trash cans?
No trash cans. See, so for the future, Ozzie, Joseph, and Sarah's watching, you can be a scout. You could be a coach in the minor league system.
But I'm
There's
sorry,
always a
by
chance.
the way, I'm sensitive about scouts because I went to scout school. I know what scouts make, but I know what they bring to the game of baseball. And when anyone attacks scouts and says that they're dumb, like my scene with Billy Bean, again, they made that scene weird. When him and Billy get at it, is one of the scenes that hurts me the most because I can never tell Roland Heeman, hey, you old man, you know nothing about baseball. I couldn't do that. I couldn't tell Jerry Krause, hey, man, you know, when someone's been scouting and watching baseball,
Sitting there for hours.
you know what's boring? Everyone loves scouting's the best job in baseball until you do it for a month. It's just tough because you're not watching A-Rod every day. You're watching little Billy in a backfield in a hot
drive. Yeah. It's a really.
And by the way, and you're not allowed to drink. People think that you watch scouts are watching a game like with a Corona, like, hey guys, this now you have you're like sunflower season, maybe Gatorade.
Scouts work a lot now.
They work a lot.
So I remember driving in because the Carolina, the highway. I remember driving everywhere in Carolina, Charlotte, Kannapolis, everywhere, Winston, everywhere, and all you do is you get to the game, you go behind the plate, and there's literally 7 to 10 scouts there. And there's always 2 guys doing the chart that you know, like, hey, you're there. Very long hours, and you can't leave. You can't leave early because they're like, hey, you missed the last 2 innings, and they can see you.
By the way, we watch in Puerto Rico to watch Colombia play in the Korean Series. We see a scout. If you ask me that, who's that? I said, that's a scout. I don't remember her name. He's living in Chicago. He worked for Pirates Pirates. He worked for
He was doing it for a long time.
Long time. He worked for Philadelphia. All the song. I'm in Mexico in Puebla. Spring training game. I'm like this. Like I told the managers, the GM, I said, I gotta go upstairs. I'm pretending like we are sitting.
No snacks.
I sit there and like, oh my God. I told my driver, I said, hey, we out of here. And I looked to my right, and this man sitting by himself. He talk a little Spanish. Hey, what you doing here? I'm doing my job. Look, I got good point. I go, doing the job. What's in this 10 play? Are you kidding me? And now I have to stay another 3 innings because my respect for this man.
You felt bad leaving.
Yes, I know what to leave. Now my drive is the car is on. I say, hey, turn it off because we got to stay.
That's to me. That's
one of my favorite stories was I was working for the Sox, and Don Cooper, he'd always ask me, he's like, who's working the camera? Is it you? I'm like, yeah. He'd be like, I like you. Only stay for 2 hitters or 2 pitchers. I'm like, thanks, Don. There's other guys that'd be like, hey, you got to get every guy for 1 through 9 innings and every pitch. You're literally there,
and that's pro ball.
That's the hardest thing.
What you guys did, I had to manage and do that.
Amateur ball. Guys that scout amateur like high school kids.
Oh my God,
that's terrible.
How about you picking after the game? Cameras guys say, oh, okay, the WWE wrestling is over.
I never had to climb a tower before. And we're like, hey, we sent the picture. We're like, hey, man, this is the only camera we can get behind home plate. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Just get up there.
So let's do this, guys. So let's wrap it up. Thank you again for watching the Bean Guillén Show live. Again, our time has changed to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch all the La Vida Baseball shows on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays live here on La Vida Baseball at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Gaming with the Guilléns on Thursday, and all our content, El Bullpen, that comes out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So just keep checking us out. Any questions, hit up us on Twitter, hit up La Vida social media. If you agree, disagree, want to talk about a topic that's out there that we're not hitting up, we're open book. And again, enjoy one more day. I'm actually going ahead to pick up my son, so hopefully next week we'll have him here.
We got happy birthday, Andrew Jones, Omar Vizquel, Mr. Harrison, thank you for the hat.
And
happy Ramadan to all the Muslims out there watching.
Correct. Awesome. So today, yes, it is Andrew Jones' birthday yesterday, and then Omar Vizquel. Hopefully we can get him on soon to celebrate. It's going to be a good party. So thank you guys very much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Pick Ozzie.